Hi, I'm Kat. I play Sims and I built this black tiny house in Ravenwood in The Sims 4. I thought if I was going to do a black house, it would be best to put it in the goth world, so I just did a really basic shape, like an L shape, and I put the life and death roof texture on it as well as a black trim. I actually used vampire's brick on this and a door from Realm of Magic because it all fit really well together, and then I used life and death windows pretty much everywhere. Tiny house floor plans are always really simple, so it's basically just splitting off a bedroom and a bathroom. I used the greenhouse looking windows from Life and Death. There's a swatch of them that's like broken and then some normal ones, so I mixed them up. And then there was a little base game window and a Get Famous window in the back as well that fit nicely. And I put a little patio texture outside from Get Together. I actually used a Strangerville fence. It looks quite similar to one from Vampires, like just a spiky iron fence. And then I went inside and I just put a couple of black versions of the movie Hangout door in there. I used a life and death wallpaper in the two main areas and then sleek bathroom as usual. I decided to use a wood floor from Enchanted by Nature and a custom content carpet in the bedroom. I just put the normal lights up, but then I layered them with a horse ranch one, so it looked like there was chandeliers, but you still get the decent amount of light from the regular ones. I tried changing the time of day, but honestly the light in Ravenwood is always awful. And then I moved on to doing the kitchen. The fridge I chose was from Home Chef Hustle, but I used the life and death oven in here. I put up a base game hood above the oven, and then I used the life and death counters as well in pretty solid black with a marble black top. For the dining area, I decided to use this cozy bistro table with a little tablecloth, and I used life and death dining chairs with it as well. And I put in the sink from the kitchen clutter kit. I had to do kind of a combination entryway living room, so I put in a sofa from Life and Death and a bookcase as well. I wanted a fireplace in here, so I had to move the bookcase around a little bit. I ended up putting it right next to the front door in the end, and I used a Discover University fireplace in there. I wanted a little extra living chair, so I put another one from Discover University in the corner there, and I added a side table from Cats and Dogs so that I could put some entryway clutter. I used a big custom content rug in the front. I actually downloaded a lot of extra custom content for this because I wanted like a goth aesthetic. So I also used a custom content TV above the fireplace, and I put the usual clutter around the front with the post. I got a stone item from Businesses and Hobbies, and then I put up some aprons and a little coffee display in the kitchen. I used some open shelves above the fridge just so that I could put a little bit of clutter in. I gave it the items from the kitchen clutter kit, quite a few of them, including cookies and stuff. And then I added a little black pillow to the sofa at the front. I decided to do a little bit of decorating in the dining area, so I got another black and white custom content rug and sized it down slightly to fit in there. I used a bunch of custom artwork as well, kind of leaning into black, white and gold and just mixing stuff up and resizing it to go into various different spaces. And then I decided I wanted some curtains, so I used the movie Hangout ones in a plain black swatch. I put a little bit more artwork up above the bathroom door, and I got some plants in the corners and on top of different surfaces. After I'd sorted out the decoration, I decided to go in the bathroom. I used a bath from Life and Death, and then I used the toilet from Sleep Bathroom as usual because it fits into the wall, and the matching sink as well. I put a base game mirror up above the sink and just raised it a little bit with tool mod. I put some custom bits of pieces in the bathroom as well as the usual clutter. I put some towels and a robe and just about anything I could find in a decent black swatch that fit the vibes. And then I added some more custom artwork in here to fill in the wall space, and I put in some lamps from Life and Death around the sides of that as well. I moved on to the bedroom next, and I decided I hated the floor, so I replaced it with a custom wood texture and I put in a custom bed as well. I used a nightstand from Paranormal that I use quite a lot, and I put in a Secret Sanctuary mirror there as well. I put my usual comfy gamer clutter on the side table and just rearranged everything to fit nicely. I put some more custom artwork in here, but I used sort of beigey items because there was a little bit of that in the walls, and then I used paranormal curtains. I put in a Life and Death desk with a comfy gamer chair and a base game computer. And then I put in a horse ranch item from a dresser because it was the only thing that really fit that corner, and some more custom artwork, and then a custom rug as well. I used Tool Mod to size that one up a little bit, shuffled some stuff around, and then I used the Modern Luxe tall curtains in here with the matching curtain rail. I actually decided not to bother putting them on both sides in the end, and then I moved on outside to do the work out there, so I put a little bit of debug landscaping out, mostly stuff from Life and Death. And then I decided to put a swing set at first, but I took it out eventually because I hadn't really made any room for the child Sims. I used the romantic garden wishing well and a few little planters. I put out the little Grim bike from a rewards event, and at first I tried to make a fountain in the corner, but I did decide against that as well in the end. I went a little bit backwards and forwards on what to do out here, but once I got rid of the custom fountain item, I actually used one from Realm of Magic that looked a bit nicer. And I started putting in some landscaping, so I was using the big hedges from base game. I just went around as many areas as I could. I shuffled the well and the fountain around a little bit. I used some custom flowers by the sides of the door, and then I just added a load of low-lying bushes from the base game around the hedges, and then filled them in with some various little white flowers and shrubs. I did use base game stuff, and I actually ended up using some more romantic garden items. I don't often put them in builds because they're a bit weird looking, some of them, but they filled in the gaps on this one really nicely. I still wasn't sure about how I was going to fill in all of the space, but I put in a little iron bench from Lovestruck at the back by the fountain and a big base game tree just to fill some visual holes. I put some thorns around it, and then I did my terrain paint around all of the edges, and I put a little bit of a stony texture out by the fountain and the well as well. I put some more hedges down the other side of the house because it felt a little bit naked, and then I thought I'd done pretty much all I could, so enjoy the screenshots. Please consider a like and subscribe.